basically what we'll be able to do is have multiple NFTs of same token ID. And yeah, let's try doing that first. Okay. I have, okay. Can we mint Bob Dow? Krishna, you there? Hello, Akshat, you there? Anyone from Bob Dow here? Okay. Can someone think of an image we can mint as an NFT? Can someone give me an idea what should we mint as an NFT? As an example,
Banana.
banana. Seriously? Think of something funny. It can be anything.
Thomas the
Maybe some
Train.
sort of landscape.
Huh?
Maybe some sort of scenery or landscape. I don't know.
Anything, any funny thing, basically, something which you
World
can.
Cup.
Funny, I said. Fine. Okay, let's. Uh,
Demogorgon.
Some
huh?
cartoon character, maybe.
Some cartoon character. Okay.
Bob the
Someone
Builder.
else.
Demogorgon.
Okay, let's do the Bob the Builder one because it is Bob. Okay. So what we'll do is okay, Wikipedia, which cool image we can take this, I guess. Yeah, this has the name and everything. We'll store
The
it
unique
somewhere.
one. The original one.
What original one? I'm taking that image because it had the logo. What are you talking about? Hello?
Yeah, that one. That one. Which one you were
This
taking?
one, no. This one, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. What we'll do is let's okay, where can we store it? NFTs, and we'll store it somewhere. Okay. So now we have an image, and what is this image looking like?
Is it necessary to be in a folder as in a folder, or can it
It can be anywhere, dude. It's fine.
be on
I
desktop also?
yeah. I'm just storing it as a PNG, please. Yeah. Can we store it as PNG? Thank you. Yeah. See, now we have the image. Now what we need to do is we need to host this image on IPFS. One of the best things, one of the best tools which I like is having Pinata. So what it will do is it will take the image and yeah, basically we can just upload that file which we had here. And here's the file. We'll upload it, and that's it. So now what we did was we hosted this file, and that the content of that file was sent into a hash function, and using that hash function, whatever the content is of that particular data, we generated a content identifier about how you can access this particular file on IPFS. So this is the content identifier. So anyone who has has this string can actually access that image of Bob the Builder. So yeah, and let me just test it out if that is working correctly. And okay, let's just give it some time. It just got pinned, so it will take, I guess, a minute or something. Let's not make this awkward. Let's paste it here. And hmm, okay, at least this image is working. Cool. So gateway.panata is working, and okay. So now what does the metadata look like? Okay. So in here we saw that only these are the four major components. The smart contract, we will write it right now. The images, we have hosted one image on IPFS, so this part is done. Now what we need is the metadata in JSON format. Okay. So you guys are aware about the JSON format? It's just a simple format, nothing else. Yeah. Do you know what the JSON format is?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, can you please tell?
Yeah. So basically, you guys are aware about .txt, PNG, .jpegs, and whatsoever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So JSON format is kind of used in it's if you understand hash maps, it's kind of similar. Uh, it's JavaScript object where you store the data as key and value pair. So basically, uh, a key and that particular key. Can you read this? Okay, that key will have some kind of value. We can close this. This looks terrible, but yeah. So what you can do is store a lot of things in here using key value pairs, and whenever you need to access this data, you can just call key 2, key 3. It's exactly like a hash map, but this is widely used in all the data which is transferred from one place to the other. So whenever you are fetching some data, whenever you are putting some data, majorly you will do it in JSON format because it is very easy to send, it is very easy to get as well and read as well. So that's what a JSON format means. Plus you can have something like this as well, key 4, and in here it can be another JSON object. So if you want to access this particular thing, it will be um uh well, okay. So um if someone wants to access this particular value, it will be called metadata dot, because the name of the file is metadata, so metadata dot key would be equal to value. And if it's someone wants to access this value file, so that would be metadata dot key 4 dot key 5, and that will be equal to that. So basically this is a way to store the data. This is a format. It's simply a file structure and kind of clean as well, that if you want to access key 5, you just need to write key 4 dot key 5, and basically these can be anything. We'll just go through about how these can be. So yeah, that's the basic gist of it. That's what JSON format looks like. Okay, sounds good.
Yes.
Um, So for every NFT, there are three fields which are required. One is name. Someone come up with the name of our NFT. Uh, One is description, and one is image. The image can be anything. So what we'll do is we'll just take up of this particular URL. It will paste it as a image. Can someone come up with a description or something? Like it will be. I'll just mint it. By the way, I'll need have your MetaMask wallet addresses, and I'll just send it to you guys. This particular NFT. So BobDAO NFT minting session. Hmm. I can have mint NFTs in name of BobDAO if I don't actually own BobDAO. Let's do this, but uh else Krishna will shout at me. Okay. Cool. Description. We are minting the first NFTs for people, for all the audience. This looks cool. Okay. So yeah. So this is what the metadata looks like. This one particularly is very lame because I came up with it, obviously. So that's the reason it is lame. But yeah, like these, you can add some more properties in here, but we'll go through this only right now: name, image, and description. Okay. So now the second part of it, the metadata in JSON format, that also got done. Now what we need to do is host this metadata somewhere on also on IPFS. So let's do that as well. We'll do the exact same thing. Select a file and metadata.json. It has exactly the thing which we just wrote, and we'll upload it. Okay. And once it is done, we can just write it in our smart contract. We got the CID, and we can just check it over here. It takes a couple of minutes to load, but sure, why not? Okay, so till then you guys can fill up. Okay, let's create a form as well. You have your MetaMask addresses, right? So NFT and MetaMask address kind of required. Okay, send shorten URL. Folks, try filling up this form. Yeah. How about a doodle now? Why? Why? Okay. Fill up the form and try send your MetaMask wallet addresses. We'll send this NFT particular one to everyone who does it. So it will stay in your wallets forever, and it can act as a thing to remember basically. And let me know once you have sent your address into that. Yeah. Just write done in the chat if you have like filled up the form. Just like fill it up once. Yeah, done. Cool. We'll have to open the drive. Let's see. Not this one. We have 11 responses till now. 14 responses. 15. Dude, I did a similar kind of thing to never mind, it was very much awkward. Yeah, kind of like waiting in here. Anyone has any doubts, they can ask right now, by the way. We are just like waiting till everyone fills up the form. No doubts? Anything?
Nope.
Okay.
Harsh?
Why haven't you updated your Brave browser?
And I really don't care, to be honest. Unless and until something is breaking, I won't update it. I'm very lazy that kind of way. Yeah. I don't know, like everything works. All my icons, like I need all of these wallet addresses. Basically, that's what I care about, and I don't need ads. So that's the only thing. Brave does it for me, so I'm like, okay. Yeah, yeah. Someone was asking a question. I like, yeah. Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Liberty 2.0 show up as a network on the Remix platform.
It showed up for you.
No, it doesn't. It
It
didn't.
doesn't now.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we should make some calls to the people at Shardium. Like, it doesn't even for me as well. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll do it on Polygon mainnet right now. So yeah, let's give all the people Polygon mainnet NFTs. Yeah, we have 31 responses till now, and we have how many people? Um,
Also, you can try switching to ETH mainnet first, then to Shardem. Then maybe that network will work. I was having similar kind of problem last time I was deploying a contract on Remix.
huh.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try. Mm.
Also,
Hmm.
like for SBTs, do we just remove the transfer function or like is there a different contract for it?
Okay. So see, when you basically hijack into a class like this, na, you do not throw a lot of questions like SPTs and whatsoever, first of all. Okay. And second of all, there are, okay. So now just a context on what SBTs are. So all these NFTs basically can be transferred from one wallet to the other wallet, and that is one of their functionalities, right? Basically, you can send it from one to other. You can also trade if someone wants to buy your NFT. That is also a case. But there are some special kind of NFTs which are called soul-bound tokens, which can be like once it is sent to a wallet, it cannot be transferred anymore any further. So, can anyone think of any use cases where SBTs can be helpful? Like if you can send a token to someone and that token cannot be resent to anyone. Can anyone think of some example that thing?
Conference tickets.
I didn't ask you.
I'm sorry.
Can someone think of use cases of real life basically?
Yeah, how about your attendance registry?
Yeah. Your health records. Basically once your health records are sent to you, you do not want them to be like gone or forever. Yeah, if you get health records on NFTs, that can be one thing. Can anyone think of something else? A token which is sent to your address and it can never be transferred further. Your college degree. But yeah,
More like useful things.
more like useful things, never mind. So yeah, so soulbound tokens are basically simple NFTs which do not have a transfer function. Or what you do is uh, um, you do not allow them. So there are a couple of ways to achieve that. There is a library which does that. Or what you can do is just override the transfer function which we have right now. Like there is a transfer function in here which will transfer the NFTs. So what you can do is just break that function by just adding like a false condition into it. Like if we write if like in minting, there is a mint function in here. Okay, I want to break this function. So what I'll do is require 1 equal to 0. Okay, so can someone tell me what just did? What does this statement do, folks? We had a chart regarding require thing, right? So
It
what does
works
this? Huh?
if else. It works like an if else statement.
Yeah. So what will this work like? We added there was some code beneath it, and we added an require statement. So what does this mean? 1 equal to 0. Is this ever possible?
No.
Exactly. So it's a false condition.
Wow.
Means what? Means whatever code is written below will never get executed. So basically, this function became useless now. So that's about it. That's how you break a function. Hmm, take anyways, let's see how many people responded. We have 40 responses. Literally, one guy has responded twice with the same address, bro. Okay. Thank you, Google, for saying that. But okay, can we? Okay, now let's just mint these NFTs to everyone. How many people? Can someone check how many people are there in here? Done. Marks card. Someone. I cannot see the number. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Uh, so
67.
okay. So like the rest of the people are sleeping or they do not want free NFTs, so that's fine. Okay. So what we need to do, and I have a sheet full of MetaMask addresses in here. So let's deploy the smart contract of an NFT first. Okay. So we first just a recap. First, what we did was we uploaded a Bob the Builder image to IPFS, then we wrote some gibberish metadata where we added the name, description, and the image from earlier here. Now what we'll need to do is we'll need to write a smart contract, and then we'll have some kind of front end to view it. Okay. So the smart contract can be written using this wizard OpenZappelin tool. What do you want to name the token? Can someone name the token? They want to name it?
Never stop building NSB.
Okay. Uh, so let's do that. Where did it go? Uh, let's say never stop building. Okay. Because we are actually minting Bob the Builder, so kind of makes sense as well. So what we just did was we pasted the link or the URI to our metadata. So in here, if we
This is the URI for what?
for the metadata. This is the metadata. See, this we did was we uploaded an image, and we had the link to the image, right? And
Okay.
then we created a JSON file which had the metadata. This is called metadata, and then we uploaded that file as well. So this particular link will just share it over here, and then we can have a mint function, a mint batch function, and burn. It's fine. Okay, so like that's all the code we need. So let's the code. Okay, so now another question. Okay, can we close this? Thank you. Too many files. NFT minting. We just pasted in here. Yeah, thank you. Okay, fine function. Folks, let's go through this code, what it is doing. Okay, it is importing some libraries which are open Zeppelin libraries, and we are importing 1155. We just went through what 1155 does. It's a semi-fungible token, and we have an ownable. Ownable means these functions can only be called by the owner, which is another which is a simple modifier where we have just added that whoever deploys the contract is the owner of the contract, and wherever only owner will be required, so only the address which deployed the contract will be able to call it. Yeah. So what what is this function doing? So mint function is taking a few parameters. What it is taking is an address, an ID, the amount, and some kind of data. Okay, so what we care about is the account. ID can be anything, and the amount of NFTs we are minting to everyone. So account is the place where we pass in the address. Okay, I want to mint an NFT to this particular address. So we just need to pass that address in here. Like we collected addresses from everyone right now, right? So if I pass one of these addresses in this function, it will do the thing. Okay, so that's one way to do that. Okay, so quick question: will this function, if I pass in all the addresses, will it happen? Can will it work? Like I have 40 addresses right now. If I pass in all 40 addresses in this function, will it work?
No, I guess.
It should have
Hmm.
one owner, right?
Owner is one, but I want to mint NFTs to everyone, right? Owner is one, so the owner decides who, like when the minting happens. Minting means creation. The owner decides when the minting will happen, so that's fine. But I want to distribute to 40 different addresses because we have 40 different addresses. So how will I do that? Will this work if I send 40 addresses to this particular function? Will it work?
No.
It
You
won't
need
work.
array for that, I guess.
Yeah, you need an array for that. Okay. So let's code it. Can someone code it with me? Can someone try to code it? Like just say I'll code it right now, and then we can try running it. Would someone like to volunteer? This is something which we had. Basically, we need to run a loop over an array. You guys understand that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So can send someone like just try. It's fine if you even if you say it wrong. That's okay. We are here to learn. Just try saying what will do in the function, and yeah, that's all. So what will be the first thing? We first need a name of the function. What will be the name of the function? Can someone? I just need a person to like talk with to discuss this so that everyone can understand that.
Loop.
Okay, let's say it loop. What will it take?
The address.
Address or an array of address?
Array of address.
Array of address. So how do you take an array of address? You pass in this and do this. Okay, so let's call it accounts. And that's all. Should we send something else as well?
A number of people to
Num number of people can get. Do we need to send number of people as a different parameter, or can we do it in the same parameter as well?
If
We can do it in the same parameter itself, I guess, because we are putting the array in a loop.
Exactly. So how many people will be if we send an array? How do we get the number of people?
the number of
Dot
addresses.
The number of addresses. That means the length of the array.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means the length of the array. Okay. So now we know that we can get all the addresses through this way, and we also know how many addresses are there. Anything else? Do we need to pass in something else? What do you think? Do we need to pass in any other parameter, or is this okay?
I think this is fine.
This is fine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any keyword which we should add for the function?
Memory.
Public.
Public.
Public, because we want to make it accessible to the world. And then anything else?
Only owner.
Only owner. Okay? So this is giving too much power to the owner, but you guys said it, I didn't. So that's fine. We'll do that. Okay. So now what do we do?
We'll have a loop, I guess.
Okay. And the loop the loop, and there is an ending point of the loop, right? So what will be the starting point? What will be the ending point?
Starts with 0.
Starts with 0, ends with
Length minus 1.
how do you get the length of array?
Dot length.
Okay, cool. Okay, that's correct. For u and I is equal to 0, I less than counts dot length. I don't know how to spell length. I plus plus. And then what should we do? The loop is now running. So now what should we do next? What next? Like now we got the loop running. It will run for the amount of addresses. Like it will run if we send in 40 addresses, it will run 40 times. Now what we need to do?
Put the min statement inside it.
Yeah, that's all right. We'll just call the main statement and we'll just pass in the address. So address in here is an array. So accounts of 0 will be the first address which is passed. Accounts of 1 will be the second address which is passed. So similarly, if we pass in accounts of I, it will work. ID can be anything. We can give ID as 1. That's fine. Amount, everyone gets 1 NFT because I don't want to pay a lot of gas fees. And data can be gibberish. So yeah, that's it. we do not care about these things, but yeah. So yeah, now yeah, now do you think this is correct? This entire function is correct? Just run it through your head. Is it working correctly? Is it working correctly, or do we need to add something else? Folks, kinda looking for an answer here.
It's fine, I guess.
Fine. Okay, let's try compiling. There is one error. Uh, can someone read this error? Can you read this error? Read it out loud.
Data location must be memory or callback for parameters in function. So
Yeah.
like when we store strings or arrays locally.
I just said to read it out loud. And Shivam, please don't. Okay. So yeah. The keyword. Does anyone remember the keyword memory? We discussed memory keyword. Okay. Okay. Fine. Yeah. Okay. So I'll just answer the thing. So basically, whenever we are passing a huge amount of data, so this is a huge amount of data, like this is a string and it is an array of multiple accounts. So now we have options that do we want to store this particular thing on the blockchain? Like, can someone answer this? Do we want to store this array on the blockchain?
No.
No,
No.
right? But because like we wanted the array for running this loop and it's done now, so we do not want to store the array, but we just wanted to use the array. And that's why what we'll do is we just pass in a keyword called memory. So what this will do is we will be able to pass the array will be used in here, but the array will not be stored on the chain. After that particular thing is done, after this loop is run, that particular variable, that particular array will be gone from the blockchain. It will never get stored. So that was the only error. And now if we compile it, there is a green tick in here. So yeah, let's deploy this thing. Okay, so now how do we deploy it on mainnet? So on mainnet, it actually costs Polygon, which I am lucky to have some. If you want to run it for your testing purpose, you can do it on virtual machine. That's also fine, or testnet can also be doable. That's okay. But what we wanted to do was actually check this NFTs on uh, the OpenSea, which is the marketplace. So that's why we are doing it on mainnet. Yeah. So let's deploy this, and there should be a MetaMask popping up. And in here you can also read through a lot of things. So what does this say? Let's just read through this current particular thing. We have some data, that's fine, that's okay. In here it says unknown processing time because the network on the blockchain might be a little tough. So if we are passing in if we just increase the gas fees, the miners will actually take our uh, mm, a transaction earlier. So that is what it is saying. The network is busy, gas prices are high, and estimates are less accurate. So let's edit it. Let's uh, do it this much. Okay, this is too much. 0.25. Fine, let's do this. No worries. So I just updated my gas fees, and if I'm updating my gas fees, it will basically uh, happen quickly. So let's confirm this, and we'll wait for the transaction to get confirmed. And yeah, it should take a few seconds. So yeah, it's done now. Yeah, that's all. Like we deployed the smart contract for our particular thing. Any doubts till now? Anything? Any question? We did a lot of things like in the recent 5 minutes.
What actually determines the gas fee? And
Uh,
what do you consider while updating it or incrementing, decrementing it?
yeah. So the gas fees is determined according to the traffic on the network. Okay. So like you and me, a lot of people will be sending transactions to the blockchain. At some particular point of time, a lot of transactions are there on the chain. Sometimes there are less. So if the traffic is high, the gas fees will go up, and if the traffic is low, the gas fees will go down. Now if you have the money to bump up your gas fees, to pay a little extra so that you get your work done early, you can increase the gas fees. But if you do not increase the gas fees, you need to wait a lot. So it's kind of similar. Like if you have extra money, you buy an Amazon Prime thing. If you do not, you do not buy an Amazon Prime thing. Like Amazon Prime will deliver you early, but you need to pay a little more. And yeah, kind of similar to that. It's like a trade-off between time and money. If you have if you can wait, you do not need to bump up your gas fees. But if you cannot wait, you can.
Okay, so
Yeah.
basically, if you increase the gas price, you're jumping the queue.
Yes, jumping the queue. It's basically like bribing, to be honest. Uh, yeah, it's bribing. You're bribing the miner to get your transaction in. Okay, so now let's try minting. I'll mint it to myself first because I am an artist like that. So the mint function in here, we are calling this mint function right here. And what we need to pass in is our address. This is my address. I'll pass in the ID 1. I'll pass in the amount also 1. And I'll pass in some gibberish data. Transact. Uh, this again is, so right now apparently the gas fees is not looking very good for Polygon. So yeah, never mind. We'll wait till this. So I just sent the transaction, and yeah, now we can just wait, and as soon as the transaction gets confirmed, the NFT will be minted for me. So it got done, and that's how you get an NFT for your own self. Okay. Now if I want to check this thing, I can just go on OpenSea, and what you need to do is you need to log in, and it will showcase up in here. See, this is what we did. The image is getting loaded, so yeah. And now you can actually check. This is exactly the data we put in. The DAO NFTs, this is a very cartoonish looking thing, and we have the description in here. We are minting the first NFT. Okay, so yeah, if we check the details, we can also check the contract address, the token ID, the chain we deployed to, and the when was it last updated. So yeah, that's how you got NFTs done. Any questions? Anything? Like we just did. Basically, if I would have done it with a monkey picture, this would have sold off for $1 million. But this is not a monkey picture, so what can you do? Fine, folks. Anything? Seems pretty simple, or like you understand everything.
Can you
To
once just go over how you upload the image onto the IPFS?
Yeah. So there are multiple tools through which you can do it. There are libraries, there are JavaScript libraries, and there are also custom or like app or something like an application where you just drag and drop a particular file and it will upload it to that. So in here, I use pinata.cloud. You can just click on upload and you can upload a folder or a file. Just select the file and it will do it. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyone else? Someone was also asking another question. Yeah.
Hey Harsh, can you explain the JSON format once again?
Yeah. Sure. So let's go through the JSON format. So why is yeah. So basically, every NFT has been told that there should be a particular JSON format. Uh, Key called image. It should have a key called description. So name, image, and description are the most required, or like the minimum amount of things which you want to add into your metadata file. That's why we did that. But there are a lot of things which you can add, like you can add a link to your website, or your uh, link to a particular website or something like that, and it will also work. So there are a lot of other aspects you can add into your JSON file, and yeah, that's how you can add things. So what we did was, in here we just said that the name of the NFT should be something, the description of the NFT should be something, and the image was the image, the Bob the Builder image one. Yeah. So these are the minimum requirements for an any NFT metadata, but you can obviously add more, and each and every uh, aspect has some value. Like if you add an animation URL, it can be a video. If you add the background color, that can be something as well. If you want to add a YouTube URL, like if you click the NFT, it will lead to a YouTube URL, that kind of thing. Then it can have attributes, like if you create a collection of, I guess, Pokemon cards, right? Everyone has played Pokemon cards. So on Pokemon cards, or uh, it used to have like attack is equal to 100, defense is equal to something. It is basically traits of the particular Pokemon. So even you can add that. You just need to put in the trait type and the value. So it can have like attack, a value, something like that. So these are all like um, more more traits which you can add to your particular metadata. But yeah, like this is something which is totally up to your imagination. So yeah, that's about it. And yeah, let's mint it to all of you guys. So we here have 44 addresses. Someone has pasted forms GLE in this. Okay, nice. uh, mm. Okay, so what I need to do is just pass in this as an array of addresses. So this is an array of addresses. Okay, but this is not correctly formatted. So I have wrote a script basically. So do you guys understand manipulation, string manipulation? Like you just add stuff to on top of it. So what we are doing is, what we want is an array of addresses, and in each array the basically the addresses and inverted commas and stuff like that. So but we do not have that. So what we want is typically uh, basically, yeah, I need to add inverted commas in all of them, and that is something which is a lot of work. I won't do it. So basically I wrote a script to do it, and that's because I'm way too lazy. So let's do it. So that's what it does. So yeah, if you basically run this script, what will it do is it will read the data. It will split each and every line, and then just add an inverted comma in front of the line, an inverted comma in the back of the line, and a comma at the end. So that's all. So that this is something which we got, and now we can just pass in this thing and our remix, and every one of you will get an NFT. Why would we did this? Because we created this function with you guys, right? We created a function where we pass in an array of addresses, and that's why we needed to convert it to an array, because like the Google Forms doesn't convert it to an array. So yeah. So if I now click transact, and if I pay for these fees, right now we want to get things done quickly, that's why I'm paying fees this much, else I wouldn't have. But yeah, let's confirm. So as soon as this goes, uh, every one of you will get the NFT which we just minted. Any questions? Anything? You can just check it out.
Can you please repeat that? How did you pass all the names of array once?
Yeah, sure. Um, so what we need to do is create an array, right? Create an array of addresses. So, and when I checked out Google Forms, it gave me this. It gave me the data.txt. It gave me like each and every line was just an address. This is not an array. An array is in a form of this actually. An array, the array looks something like this. I'll just write it. So an array should be like this. Hello. Uh, well, this is a test. So like something like this. The first address should go here. Address 1, and then address 2, address 3. So that this is the format which should have been, but we didn't have that, so that's fine, that's okay. What we can do is we can write code to help us out. So this is what I did. This is a JavaScript script. Nice. JavaScript script to read the file. There are commands basically. Read the text file. We can read the file called data.txt. We split it, like every line we just split it up, and we just these are called lines, and we created a variable called lines with quotes. We just basically added an inverted comma at the front and the end, and a comma, because like that's how it will get. So now we just, if I just add in a question, a square bracket here and a square bracket at the end, so this is an array now, because now each and every address has some inverted commas and so on and so forth. So that's how we converted it, and then we just simply passed it away in the particular parameter in the function which we just created. And if you go on this link, OpenSea.io, you just need to connect your MetaMask and you can check out that you got this NFT. Come, that answers you. Does that explain it good enough? Okay, you guys checked out on OpenSea.io. Does this show up in your thing? You'll need to go on OpenSea.io and then just like sign in with your MetaMask. And if you just go on the circle and just click profile, you'll be able to get it. Just let me know if it happens, because that way the code which you guys wrote, we can actually test, okay, this actually works. People, am I muted?
No,
I haven't received it.
You haven't received it?
Yeah.
I
Means the
haven't got.
code. Are you connecting with the same? Are you connecting on OpenSea.io?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone who got it? Like it shows me that this NFT is owned by 42 different people. If you'll just go on profile, it will show up. It can be in hidden section as well. And yeah, it can be in hidden section. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Click on more, and it will be in the hidden section. Pretty sure. Got it?
Yeah, it was in the hidden section.
Got it.
Got it.
So basically what OpenSea does is whenever you get an NFT, you are the one, like it obviously showcases on the blockchain explorer, but OpenSea, you can also stalk people on here, right? So now it's on you if you want to showcase the NFT to the world or not. Like, because some of these NFTs are very, very expensive as well. So that's so yeah, congratulations, everyone got their first NFT today. And yeah, now you can try it creating some of your own. So this is something which we did was like a one-on-one, like we created it once and we were able to distribute it. We can do the same thing while having a front end. uh, Made one image and we just circulated it to everyone. Now what we can do is like we have like 100 different images and everyone gets their own unique image. That is also possible. So yeah, that can be something of a follow-up exercise or something like that. So people, we did a big exercise right now. We were able to deploy stuff on chain. We were able to yes, it's there, got it. Hey, works. Yeah, I got the NFT. Congrats. um so yeah, now we, the front end was basically OpenSea. In here we were able to check out our NFT on OpenSea. What you can also do is go on polygonscan.com and pass in your address. So if you'll pass in your address, you can also check out that few minutes ago there was an in command or something like that. Like you can actually check the transaction, what happened actually. I can see all the things which I just did. Basically, I minted for all of you guys, right? So it just says this, that I minted one token ID to this address, I minted one token to this address. So it's a list of 40 addresses. You can also check out this, and yeah, that's about it. Hmm. So yeah, quite cool exercise. The next step can be you can try out the exercise on your own, and yeah, if there are any questions or something, please shoot it up right now, and yeah, that would be good. Yeah. Um. Okay. So. mm, this is another resource which I'm sending. This is a very cool website through which you can understand a lot of things and actually audit no doubts. Twitch. Sorry. So yeah, solidity by example. So whatever we do, basically, a lot of code snippets are there on this particular website. Solidity by example. Uh, you can find a lot more code snippets. Like this particular cohort which we had was basically understanding on one-on-one basis that if you have any solidity questions, if it's new for you, but now it is not no longer new for you. So what you can just do is try reading some of the starting codes of this particular website. Many of things you will obviously understand, like loops and mappings and some of these things like functions and a lot of things. We discussed a lot of these things, but basically the cohort which we had right now was to push you to understand these, and now you have enough knowledge to explore on your own. So yeah, that's quite cool. And now what we can do is a lot of projects. So from now what you can start doing is uh, try creating cool projects. Like every one of you, like some of you were able to create to-do lists. Now if we want to, like, you as a developer can interact with the to-do list from the remix, but a user requires a website, yeah, or a mobile app or something like that. The user will not go through your remix and will not uh, add stuff into there, but the user will need a website, the user will require a phone app or something like that. So now we need to figure out a way to connect the smart contract to the front end. The front end can be anything. The front end can be a game, it can be a website, it can be anything. So yeah, that would be a cool new step to explore as well. And yeah, that's majorly it. And I guess in the next week you will be doing that. Not the next week, basically this week, after my session ends, the next person will, I guess, teach this particularly, that how do you connect the Solidity smart contract using the front end. Like, how do you connect these buttons which we have right now on the left? We want these as a website. How will you do that? So yeah, that would be a cool new step. If you get bored, obviously, please look into it, and you can try creating a project of your own with that. Okay. So yeah, I have one more project to showcase, which I have like coded earlier. We'll just go through the code, and then if you have any questions right now, you can ask it, and we'll just go through a project basically right now, which I coded like some time back. Any questions? Anything?
It was so much of information still processing.
Okay, I don't think so. Like, was it like overwhelming, or like you were not even able to handle? Like, it's fine. You can just like run through the example again, like if in your own time. So that's fine. But yeah, let's the first day it might feel like that, but it is like all the code which we wrote right now is like just boilerplate code. Like, no, it's like the starting point of it. And it's like very easy. It gets easier from now, if I say. So um fine folks, how to watch the video again? Okay, sure. Please do watch the NFT minting thing again, cause and please try to do it on your own, so that you get the hands on as well. So yeah, try to mint on your own. You can try it minting on the test net, that's fine. um or you can just like the only reason which I chose for doing one mainnet was that it can also act as a souvenir that okay, we did this session. And yeah, it can, on testnet, you can like OpenSea, you can see stuff using OpenSea. Like, OpenSea is already created, right? It fetches all the NFTs for you. So that was one easy way to do it.
If
So
if we use Shardium Liberty 2.0 as the wallet, so is that a test net or
yeah, it's a test net. So I'm not so sure if OpenSea supports it right now. What you can do is, I'll just showcase you. Um, I'll just showcase what you can do is you can deploy on Polygon testnet, because like Shardium is, I'm not so sure if it is Shardium has testnet right now. It's not on mainnet yet, but Polygon has a testnet which is supported by OpenSea. So there is a website called testnets.opensea.io where you can view all the testnet tokens. So yeah, basically what you can do is just go on chainlist.org and search for Polygon, um, Polygon testnet, and Yeah, Polygon Mumbai testnet basically. So if you have Polygon Mumbai testnet, it will show up on OpenSea as well. So you'll just need to add in this to your MetaMask, and yeah. So if you can add Mumbai to your MetaMask, what you can then do is like deploy on Mumbai, Polygon testnet Mumbai, and it will showcase up on this website testnets.opensea.com. I'll send these links. This is not something you should remember. That's fine. I'll send it over, or you can just review the video. That's fine. Oh. And folks, so okay, so this is a smart contract which I wrote like some time back. Uh, it is called Lakshmi Chit Fund for some reason. It's a bank and it stores your money. So we'll go through the code right now and try to understand how we actually use money in our smart contract. Like if you want funds to be delivered to the that's something which we'll do right now. Okay, so consider, let's map it out. Um, Consider you are creating a bank on smart contract. What all things you need to do? What data would you store? I'm asking this question to you guys. Like what the data to be stored? What will you store? Like you guys created a to-do list right now, right? What were you storing there? And if you are creating a bank on smart contract, a bank means basically a place where people uh, can deposit and withdraw money from. That's all. Okay. So what all data would be required to be stored if we are creating a bank on smart contract?
Account number, name,
Do you want account number? Like we are not
preferably yes, right?
preferably yes. What do you like? We are creating a decentralized bank. Do you write that? Would you store names on a decentralized bank? Like we are trying to create a private bank basically. Like not private, but a bank where no personal data is stored.
In that case, we need a hash, right?
Hash of what? Hash of what? Basically we do not want to store public data. Public data means like name, age of birth, date of birth, age, country, and
How
whatsoever.
about the wallet address?
Yeah, okay, we'll store the wallet address. And then what else?
Their
Balance.
transactions.
Do you want to store transactions on the bank?
Yes.
Something
Like
the current amount, I guess.
current balance?
Yeah.
Balance of address. And do we need to store the transactions in the contract? Because like the transactions get stored on the blockchain anyways, right?
Hello,
No,
Harsh.
we don't.
Uh, can you just ping me up when before you finish the meet, like before you tell everyone to exit, because I just want to have a group photo because this is your last session today. That's why I'm on
Sure,
a
sure.
conflicting call. That's why. Extremely sorry to bother you at the meet.
Fine. Go away. Yeah.
Okay, bye,
Uh,
bye, bye.
yeah, fine. Where were we? We are storing current balance of the address. Then what else? For someone was saying
Can have
some like, huh?
deposit or withdrawal. Something like a transacted amount.
Hmm. Okay, so let's split it up a little. Functions of the bank, functions in the contract. Okay, So like the data which we are storing will be the variables. Okay, so we'll store the wallet address, we'll store the current balance of address. Now what else should be the functions of the, like functions will be whatever functionalities of the bank. So in here, can we add deposit and withdraw? Okay. What else?
Transfer.
Same thing, right? Transfer. Okay. Do you want the transfer functionality as well?
Yeah, between two wallets, right?
Okay. Transfer functionality. That is kind of out of the
Lev-
scope, but okay. Yeah. That's what else.
leverage,
What do you mean
loans.
by leverage? Loans, loans, it will get a little too advanced, I guess. We can do like, but to be honest, yeah, loans. Let's just keep loans as of right now. Let's just do this: withdraw money, deposit, transfer, and withdraw money from. Do you think this? If we want a bank which should have this, uh, anything else is required? Grammarly as well. Okay. Cool. That's all. Should we get started with the code?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So let's just go through this. Uh, this is a struct, and for some reason, I've also added the account created time, basically the time on which the account got created. Do we need this? Do we not need this?
I don't think so. We need it. It's not important, I guess.
Fine. Let's remove this then. And yeah. So what else? We need a name for the bank. Can someone come up with a funnier name? And whatever, like, do not look at the code. Whatever is below, we'll just do this. Okay. Any other name suggestions? I'm a fan of memes. That's why I just added this. People?
GM.
The name should be funny. It's a bank. It's a
Pesa
bank.
double bank.
Huh? Huh? Can you repeat?
Can have इक्कीस दिन में पैसा double.
Okay, fine. Chalo. Let's have that. I'm not so sure if we can have one at the starting. Well, we are very terrible at putting names. Yeah, chalo. Already is happy. We cannot start a variable name with 21. Now with the number, so I added a underscore in front of it. Okay, so this is something which I have left out till now, so I'll just explain what this means. So event is a particular thing. So consider a smart contract. Some kind of transaction happens on the smart contract, and you want to tell it to the world that okay, something happened, like something major happened on the smart contract. Like every time an NFT gets transferred from one account to the other, every time a significant thing happens, you want to basically announce it on the blockchain that okay, something happened. So this is something which you can do using Solidity. What you can do is have an event where we can emit out particular data, whichever a particular data which you require, and like which kind of conveys something. So what I've done is we've created a balance added event. So what it will do is it will tell that a particular person added some balance to at a particular time. So whenever we this is an event, so we need to emit out an event. What does emitting out means is that we are announcing it on the blockchain. Okay, that this particular address did uh, sent out a balance of this at this much at this particular timestamp. Yeah. Any questions? Anything?
No.
You guys understand event? Alex from Microsoft Limited. Right.
Excuse me, Harsh.
Yeah.
Actually, how can we write a unit 256 timestamp without inputting it in the struct account only?
Okay.
It's not
So,
possible.
so this struct account is
Yes, sir.
okay. So what we want to do is we want to store some things for each and every address, and that's why we created this structure. This event
Okay.
is another variable which is another data type actually, and what it will do is whenever we'll emit out balance added, we need to pass in these parameters, and this is a different thing than the structure itself.
Okay.
Okay. So
Understood it.
whenever we'll create a balance, like we wrote it in here, right? What are the functions which we need in the contract? We need a deposit function, we need a withdraw function, we need a transfer function.
Yes.
So whenever we deposit, that means the balance got added. So that means whenever that function will be written, we'll just emit out this thing that
Yes.
okay, this particular address added this much balance on the timestamp. Cool.
Okay.
And similarly a withdrawal done was that. Yeah.
Okay,
Mm,
understood it.
okay. So now if someone wants like if someone wants to have a event for transfer function as well, what else do you think should be what else what information do you think should be added?
The address of the recipient.
Transfer, so like yeah. So do we okay, this is a new, so someone like just tell me the variables, I'll just add in the variables. Okay, we are transferring from one wallet to other wallet. Okay, so let's. So what will be the first thing? Can someone say?
Address.
Address
Address
of
of
who?
owner.
Address of owner. Then
Then the
Receiver address.
amount that we transferred.
address of receiver and else
The amount that we transferred.
the amount, and we'll just call it amount. I guess fine. Let's call it amount, and we can just add in the time as well, just for the sake of it, because it is in every other. Okay. Do we need some kind of check that this much amount of balance can only be added?
No, it's decentralized. You can send how much.
Yeah, but banks have that, right? That you need to deposit this much amount of money. Do you want some kind of that? Do you want it? We can add it if you want, but it's fine. What
No.
does
No,
everyone
we
need?
have zero balance banks now.
Ah,
We don't want.
nay, but like consider zero bank balance. That's fine. Like if you have zero balance in your bank, that's okay with this particular smart contract. But whenever you are adding money or whenever you are removing money, should there be some kind of threshold that whenever you are adding money you should add more than this much amount? Do you think we should have something like that?
No.
Okay, fine. You guys don't want it, never mind. So basically I did code it out. So this is a modifier. Can someone just tell me what this is, what this code snippet means?
Like it's modifying the conditions, right?
What does modifier mean? What we went through modifiers, right? What does a modifier do? What does a modifier do? That's what I'm asking. Can someone tell what does a modifier do? Like only owner was a modifier which we used. People, does anyone remember?
No.
Okay, fine. So does anyone remember require function?
Yeah, it's like the if else statement.
Exactly.
It,
So modifier is basically you can have require function. So wherever I'll add this particular word minimum, it will check that the underlying require statements are completed or not. So if I create a function called deposit and I just say that this is public and it is minimum. So and then there is some kind of code in here. So this particular deposit thing will only happen if the required statements in the minimum are satisfied. And what is the required statement in the minimum? That the value which is sent with the transaction, it should be more than 1 ether. So yeah, that's basically what a modifier does. It's a filter. It's like basically will tell if a function should be executed or not. It is just used so that the required statement can just be written once and you can just add in this modifier to multiple functions at once. Get it? Yeah, basically
yeah.
if we want that, we can do this. Okay, so now let's create the first function. Let's create the deposit function. Can someone want to code with me? Like, can someone be my partner in this code? What do we need? We are depositing the money in here. So whenever someone will send the money, what do we need to do?
Update the
We need
balance.
Update the balance. What else?
the amount that we are depositing.
So like we update the balance, right? We'll do
Yeah.
things like there are like whenever a person makes a deposit, what should happen? What like we
It
have
should
a
notify us.
it should notify us. It should have it in this address. Like we have a particular mapping, right? So uh, we should update the stuff in here, and yeah, that's all. So function can what should be the name of the function?
Deposit.
Deposit. Do we what else? Any keyword other than public? Let's have it. So the first thing, this is a very big what will be the first thing? So um I'll just write the first function myself and then you can help me out with the other functions. Okay. So this is the first time we are using this. Basically, that's why. So this is the name of the bank. Okay. And for some reason, we didn't think that this is a very long name. That is totally fine. But basically, this particular bank and the keys are addresses, and the account is basically this. So for every address, we are storing the address again and balance. So it makes no sense that we should store address twice, does it? Like we are mapping it with address and uh, we are storing the address again. Should we store this address or can we just remove this?
We can remove it.
Yeah, let's remove that. Uh, okay. So what we'll do is, if we wanted something else as well, we can add it. By the way, it's just like the structure doesn't make any sense if it just has one data type. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll use a struct. You can also store the last transaction done time basically. Okay. So whenever a transaction happens in a particular account, we'll just store that particular time so that it kind of adds up to your statement, right? If you have a monthly statement of your bank or something like that. So this will store basically the last transaction done at. I'm just adding it as a data field so that we have something at least. Okay. So how do we choose this? How do we get the person who sent the transaction? It's a keyword. Can someone recall the keyword? So huh?
tx.origin.
tx.origin. Sure. There is that.
MS.sender, right?
Yeah,
Or
message.sender. That can also be
message.
thing. Okay. So what does this mean? That the bank and the key is address. Okay. So uh, now we'll just check balance. So dot balance is equal to, what should be the balance of this person if this person is depositing money?
Less.
Huh?
It should get reduced, right?
We are depositing money. You are depositing it in the bank.
Oh, it's increasing, increasing.
Increasing to what? Increasing by how much?
Then whatever the person has sent.
What? How do you get that value? It's a keyword
The
again.
balance.
Like if a person has sent some
MS
money in a
dot
transaction,
value.
message dot value.
Message. You.
Okay. So now should we just so every time the deposit will be called, the person's balance will be equal to message dot value. Is this correct?
No,
No, we
you
should
have
add
to add to his
Balance
Add,
balance.
plus.
To this
the
current balance.
yeah current
Okay.
balance.
So what is the current balance? This only, this particular variable, it's its current balance, the bank, and so yeah. So basically, it should add up to its current balance. Okay. This makes sense. We are adding message dot value to its current balance. The balance currently whatever. So like if a variable is not initialized, its value is 0. Okay. So this balance will be 0 for the first time, and then we'll add message dot value, and yeah, and then every time we call the deposit function, it will keep on updating. Cool. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what else? We can also store the last transaction done at Wala stuff. So how do you get the current time in the blockchain? Like in the blockchain, how do you get the time which is going on currently, like in the world?
Block dot timestamp.
Yes, so block dot timestamp. So that's it. That's all. Anything else? So what we did was we stored the time the transaction happened, and we stored the value. We updated the balance. What else? Do we need to do something else?
Message if like transaction fails.
Okay. So what we can do is this event thing. We didn't use this event thing yet. Okay. So what the event basically what you want to do is have some kind of notification service, right? So that can be done using event. So what will happen with event is some kind of data will get emitted out. So how do you do that? You just write emit, the event you want to emit, balance. We want to emit this particular one. What will be the parameters? The
Address.
the owner, the address. What else? Balance added. Should we what would be the balance added stuff? Should we emit out the current balance or should we add the balance which was added in this particular transaction?
New balance.
The
Current
current,
balance.
yeah.
Yeah. So that would be this thing. Message dot sender. I can't type dot balance. Okay, and the
Are we
timestamp.
inputting the current balance or the new balance?
You tell me.
If it's the balance added one, then it should be the new balance, right? Why the current balance?
So see, whenever this function will get called, which will be the first line which will be executed?
The message.center.balance.
Yeah. So now what is the so what is happening is this particular value. What is this particular value? This particular value is the previous balance plus the message dot value, right? It is getting stored in
Yeah.
the balance. So now we have updated the balance.
Acha, so the new balance is the current balance. Okay, okay, I got it.
Okay. So yeah, that's all. Anything else we left out? Nothing. Yeah. What does this say? Achha. We forgot a semicolon. Ah, what else? Hmm. Okay. So can someone read this out aloud? Just try reading this. What does this? What is this trying to say? Message dot value can only be used in payable public functions. Make the function payable. So what it is saying is that our current function is just called public, but whenever we want that a particular function should handle money as well, we'll need to add another keyword which is called payable. So whenever you say payable, this particular function has the power to actually play with money. So yeah, that's about it. So our deposit function is ready. Can someone help me with the withdrawal function? Let's try with the transfer function. Yeah. So yeah, can someone help me with the withdraw function? We just need to. So what should happen when we are withdrawing?
We have to deduct the balance. I mean, we have to deduct the money which we sent to another account.
Another account or your own account?
Own account. From our own account, I'm talking about.
Yeah. So the money will go from the smart contract. Like right now, when this deposit thing will happen, so we haven't added uh, like a special line to say that the money will get stored in the smart contract. So, but this particular keyword is doing that thing, that whatever money will be sent using this function, that will be holded by the smart contract. Okay. So now we need to transfer the money back to the person who is calling this thing. So should we ask him that how much money does he want? Does a bank ask you that how much you want to withdraw?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it does. It took you so much time. Like what? Hi. Okay, so where would we add that? Where would we add that as a parameter?
Inside the withdraw function.
So we'll add a UN 256. amount. Okay, what next? Now we are telling that okay, there's this particular amount I'm requesting. Give me that amount. So what should we do next?
Deduct the amount.
Reduce the amount.
What if? Are you sure you should deduct the amount directly?
Or password. Or...
What do you mean by password? We are not.
Private key.
What private key?
I mean, what do you do next? You enter the amount, you enter the password, then deduct. What else?
What else? We have a smart contract. It needs to be smart. Do we need to check that the person is withdrawing the correct amount of money?
It shouldn't be greater than like whatever he has.
Yeah, and what do we do to add that?
Require.
A require statement. That's correct. So yeah, the people are geniuses as well as idiots. So we need to make sure we handle both of them. So what do we need is that the amount should be lesser than or equal to the current balance of this guy. Yeah, good. What else? Do we need some kind of other check?
Shouldn't the message show when the amount which you're withdrawing is equal to the amount which is already there in your balance? Or it should show
You guys,
whenever it is less also?
you guys agreed. Okay, you tell me. Is this symbol correct?
I mean, this is then it will show every time, like even if I withdraw which less than the balance which I have, it will show me the message. Then that shouldn't be correct, right?
So how does a require statement work? There is a condition. If that condition is true, then the code will execute. And if that condition is false, this warning is sent. Right? That's
Okay.
how. Yeah. So if I'm demanding for an amount which is less than or equal to my balance, then I should get the amount. But if this condition is false, then it should show me. Yeah. So is this
You have to
correct?
change the equality sign.
Why? Tell me why.
Because he doesn't have that amount. Like
So
the amount that he wants to withdraw is greater than his balance.
so if his amount is greater than the balance, the code should execute or the code should not execute?
It should
The
not.
code should not.
The code should not execute, right? And how does a require statement work? Require statement has a condition. And if the condition is matched, the code will work, else it will throw the warning. So if the amount he is asking is less than his balance, is less than his current balance, then it is correct, right? If you have 100 rupees in your account and if you are asking for 99 rupees, I should be giving you the money, right?
99 or 100. It's equal to
99
also,
or
right?
100, right? So if this condition is matched, if this condition is true, then the code should execute. Correct?
Yeah, correct.
Correct? All the people who are trying to think that I made a mistake and like that, but yeah, like that it was true that this is correct. So because the amount is less than the current balance, that's why we were able to. Okay. Any other checks do we need to do? If someone else still has the doubt, I can explain it again. But yeah. Any other checks? Can you think of any other checks?
I guess we're good to go.
Good to go, right? Okay. So now, okay. So,
Can
how do you?
we input a function for the password thing, if or not?
Why do you want a password?
I mean, if you're simply just putting the amount and then withdrawing without putting the password, don't you think it's a security issue?
Will only we are see when you are depositing. Did we ask for your address?
Address
Did
of
we,
the sender or the address
of the sender
receiver?
of the send when you are depositing, you are depositing it in the bank now.
Yeah.
When you are depositing, am I asking you for your address? No, right? I'm just taking it from the transaction itself, that whoever is sending me the money, that public key, that address, and I'm just updating the value for that. So whenever I'm depositing, I'll deposit to your public key, whoever is withdrawing the money. Get it?
Okay. So it's a decentralized. I forgot again.
Welcome to the new world. Uh, okay, so now the transfer functionality is just one line of code. We just need to write payable. Payable is a keyword which will make this address as an address through to which we can send money, and the transfer, it will take the number. So what should we pass in here? We need to pass in the number of how much we want to send. How much do we want to send in here? Like how much does the person require? People, what should be the parameter which will go here? We need to pass in the number in here.
Amount.
Amount, okay? So yeah. So now that's all. This particular line of code will transfer the money. Is that all?
If we add UN256 before the amount, is it any changes in the function or not?
Which line of code here?
Right before amount underscore amount in the payable
Here.
one. In the payable one.
No. So in no. In here we need to, whenever we are writing a function, we need to declare the data type. That's why we have added this. Right. And
Okay.
even in the struct, when we said that okay, the balance should be a UN256, that's why we just said, right, the balance should be this. So it is the same data type which I'm using. The balance is of UN256, and that's why whenever you are deducting an amount, I'm just taking it and underscore amount. Okay, people, do we need to do something else? Is the withdraw function over?
A message pop up.
A message pop up. Do we need to like update the database as well?
We should, right? Or
We
not?
should, right? Should we?
Yes.
I'm asking you. You are asking me.
It's a question.
Okay, let's update the database because the person has removed the balance. Okay, so the message dot sender is equal sorry, dot balance. What will be the new balance?
Minus.
Minus, right? Can we do this? Minus equal to, do you guys understand this? Minus equal to,
Yeah.
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 So underscore amount, because I don't want to write this again entire thing. So minus equal to, what it will do is it will take this current balance, it will deduct the amount, and uh, it will store it again in this particular thing. So yeah, that's it. Anything else?
We have to
Yeah.
explain the pay thing once again. I didn't understand it.
Okay. So when we want this, like all the funds right now are in the smart contract, right? Now we want these funds to go to a particular person. So the code to do that is just this. We just need to send the address. This is the address, and we just need to say dot transfer. That's all. So the Solidity smart contract will understand that we need to transfer the money, and that's all. But Solidity has some kind of checks that we need to say. So basically, this particular address is needed to be converted to a payable address. That's why we just add this as a keyword, nothing else. At the end, we are just doing a transfer function. Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Anything else? Anyone? Are we forgetting something? This is the deposit function. We updated the balance, and yeah, we need to add the timestamp as well. That this particular last transaction done at block.timestamp. Anything else? Anything else, guys? We done with the withdraw function as well.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
done.
You guys are so bad at memory. We need to still emit out the event that we withdrew. We did an emit event, right? Withdrawal done. Forgot that. So yeah, we need to add that. Withdrawal done. This is basically a notification. Withdrawal done. We need to pass in the message dot send. What should we withdraw? Should we withdraw the amount he got out or the current balance?
Amount.
Amount.
The current
The current balance, I guess.
balance.
Current balance and the amount both.
Why not both?
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
usually.
let's do both. Okay. The thing is, like, I just added three parameters in here. Let's do both. Okay. So UN 256 amount. Amount will be the amount he got done in one withdrawal, and the balance will be the current balance. Okay. So the current balance is the first thing. So 21. This is such a big name. Who came up with this name? Message dot sender dot balance. I need to write like this so that the code is readable at least. And the amount which we got out was amount, and the timestamp. Let's go. Achha, not balance added. Balance, it's balance. It's not added, it's balance. Wrong argument count. 4 parameters given but expected 3. You sure? Solidity is. Achha, sorry. I added it in the wrong thing.
It should be in the withdrawal done, right?
Thank you for correcting me. Thank you. Yeah, nah, that's correct. You said the right thing. So yeah, withdrawal done. Yeah, we're good to go with withdrawal. Last function, guys. Uh, transfer one. What parameters it is taking? Folks,
Amount.
Then
The amount that we are receiver's address,
okay.
owner's address.
Owner's address. Did we ever take owner's address? We never took owner's address. Always the message dot sender. Yeah. Public. Any other keyword in here?
Payable.
Payable.
Okay, fine. This is the last function, people. So do we need to do any kind? What's the first thing which we do?
Limit. Like the
What?
require one.
Yeah, require one. Will it be the same as this one?
Yeah,
What?
I guess.
Yeah, will it be the same? Like, can I just copy paste this thing?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
You can copy paste this thing. Okay. But what will be the difference between withdraw and transfer function?
Withdraw, the same
Withdraw
person is
is
taking his own money. Transfer is like you're sending it to a different person.
Yeah. So what will be the change as per the code?
You need to put in a different address.
That's all. That's all.
Yeah.
So can I just copy this entire thing? Just tell me which line to change. Okay. So tell me which line to change. I copied the entire withdraw function. We are having a check. Do we need a check? Yes, we need a check. Do we need to deduct the amount? We need to deduct the amount. We are adding the timestamp. That's fine. What will go in instead of message.sender? Where are we sending the money?
Message dot.
receiver.
It's not.
Message.
Receiver.
It's not message.receiver. It's receiver. Message is a special keyword which is used for each and every transaction. And yeah, what is this? Add an take. Fine. Okay, cool. The transfer is done. The solidity is a little shady because we have something called transfer already. That's why. And yeah, we'll just change it to transfer done. And what are the parameters? Owner, receiver, amount, and the timestamp. Okay, so for this owner, receiver will be receiver, uh, receiver, and amount and timestamp. Yeah, that's all. And all these comments are not required, so we'll just cut it out. Yeah, folks, we created a bank. Congratulations, a decentralized one. Yeah, that's all, to be honest. Like, any doubts still here or anything? We just coded a cool Solidity project where you can deposit money, where you can withdraw money, where you can transfer money. So one yeah,
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah, all good.
And let's deploy this and we can test it out, and we'll try to break each and every function. We'll try to uh, test each and every function. So whenever you are depositing money using Remix in virtual machine, what you need to do is just add the value in here. So we discuss these functions, like 1 ether is this. So if I just, this is like 1 ether. If I want to send 1 ether, I'll just choose ether and I'll just choose 1 in here. So let's deposit 1 ether because I'm way too rich. So let's do that. So if I deposit 1 ether, it happened correctly. Now, if I want to check my address, I'll just copy the address and paste it in here. And it will say the balance is 1 ether. This is 1 into 10 to the power 18 because that's what ether means. Can you guys read this? Yeah, is it readable? It is saying two things. It is saying the transaction done and also the balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now let's try. What do you want to try? Do you want to withdraw? In withdraw, we need to send converted thing. So I want to withdraw 0.5 ether. So if I want to withdraw 0.5 ether, that would be this much amount of way. So let's withdraw. Let's try to withdraw from a different account. Okay. So I changed the account and I'm trying to withdraw this thing. So it is saying the transaction has been reverted to the initial state. Reasons provided by the contract, you are broke. Can someone explain this to me? Yeah.
The amount tried to withdraw is more than the one that is actually present in the balance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We
So for
haven't
this,
transferred the account to the new address.
yeah. And here you can see actually the balance of the smart contract as well. This is the balance of the smart contract. So yeah, currently the second address doesn't have a single penny on his name. So that's why for the second address, the balance is actually 0. And that's why when you try to make a withdrawal, it is saying you are broke. Kind of hurts your feelings, but that's what the truth is. So yeah, that's that's fine. So let's deposit money from the second account as well. So if I deposit, see the balance of the smart contract got updated to 2 ETH. And now if I try to withdraw, what should happen?
It should work perfectly.
It should work perfectly. So the balance currently of the second address is 98.99. Like this is the 0.99 is there because we are paying for the transaction fees and all. Okay, so now if I click withdraw, it worked perfectly. It went from 98.99 to 99.4 because we withdrew 0.5 ETH. Yeah. And because I'm too much generous, let's send some money from the first account to the second account. What we'll do is we'll just okay, send the receiver's address of the second account, and we'll send amount of 0.5 ETH to the other account. If I transact now, it also worked, and the second account now is almost, he got all the money. So yeah, second account guy just got awarded 0.5 ETH, which is $700 or something. So yeah, that's about it, people. It has been fun. We just coded an entire bank on this. Now, anything which you want to add, you can add it. Like you can create FDs as well. So how FDs work are that you store some money and then you are not allowed to play with that money for some amount of time, right? So what we can do is in require, we can just add time-based, time-based particular thing.
Like a counter.
If you want to check out the current time, right? In epoch, this is the current time, epoch converter. So what we can do is we can just convert this year to 2023. Yeah. So for 2023, November 28, this is the timestamp. So what we'll do is we'll do something very funny. We'll say that require log.timestamp
To be that
should be
value.
should be greater than equal to that value. Okay. And I'm not so sure if this will be in this again. Yeah. It will be this. So now if anyone tries to withdraw, they won't be able to withdraw until and unless it's 2023 November. That's basically locking your money for 1 year. So that's something fun. And yeah, that's about it. That's about how FD works. Cool, people. So yeah, anything we are done. I'll just send this entire code snippet there and there right now so that I don't forget. Please go through this code
On the
snippet.
GitHub.
Yeah, on the GitHub. Where is that? Add a file, create new file, bank. Okay, please come up with better bank names, please. It's a very long bank name.
If you
Is
have
not
the
right.
NFT one also, send the NFT one also, no?
Yeah, sure. NFT minting. That's all. What you'll need to do is change the metadata URL. Okay, like this one is currently aiming to mine. Try to make your own. Okay. Try to play around with a lot of code snippets so that you can, like, all these code snippets are working, everything is on the video, but yeah, if you'll play around with your own parameters now, that will help you understand nft.sol. I'm just giving it nft.sol. Yeah.
Could you show the metadata.uri?
Sure. This is the metadata.
So this is the image which we stored it on the Pinata, right? So here our Pinata URL will come.
Exactly. Just this hash will change. This QMYZ,
Yeah.
just that hash will change. If you'll click on here
Oh.
now, this is this image. See? That's all. So yeah, and you can use Pinata to, you can basically do it with Google Drive as well. You can upload these files on Google Drive. That will also work. The only problem is Google Drive is a centralized storage protocol. That's why we don't use that. We use IPFS. Any place where you can host and file, you can use that. You can use Google Drive, you can use a website or anything like that. So yeah, that's about it. Cool, people. So yeah, that's about it. It has been great knowing you guys and doing this entire blockchain thing with you people. And all these, like, I guess that the code will have some more things in up. And yeah, I'll just send all these links basically, and you can just like go through the entire code snippet. But yeah, now you have enough knowledge to learn more about Solidity and understand it how more applications can be created. Like we just created a bank and we also created NFTs, so that's cool. That's like, if you were able to do this like a year back, you would have even got a job, to be honest. Like just because if you know this, that's all. Because like back then no one knew, but yeah, now a lot of things are new, so you can get to learn a lot of new things basically. So yeah, that's about it.
Thanks a lot, Harsh, for being part of this cohort and helping us out internally when discussing coming to close calls with the team, structuring out the complete cohort, and coming out when the time was done, like exactly at 6. You would be there to help come and take the session. You were very lively and interacted with everyone. It was very pleasant to have you here. Looking forward to connect with you offline also. Abhi, we will connect with you soon enough. It feels a little nostalgic that you are not going to be taking any more sessions. फिर भी ठीक है. Let's looking
Yeah,
forward
fine.
for a connect with you and
And
one time
for
you
all of you guys are from Bang.
Harsh, you paused.
Am I paused? Hello.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
audible now.
Yeah. So basically, I am coming to Bangalore this week. So if all of you are guys are available or somewhere, we can meet up. Please ping me on Twitter if you guys want to meet up. I'll be there. We can talk whatsoever. I'll just have like fun. I'm much more fun in real life, to be honest. Like I do not talk code all the day. So that's that's
Well, stay in Bangalore till 25th December then.
25th. No, dude. Okay. To be honest, like I'm having plans to shift to Bangalore within a couple of months. So like that might be thing. But yeah, for this right now, I'll just be there for a week. So yeah. Um a lot of things are happening this week. I'll just so yeah. I just sent out a link, India Blockchain Week. Like this has all the events which will be happening in Bangalore, and uh I'll try to go to every one of them. It's not possible. I do not have my copies or something. Like there are not multiple Hershes, but yeah. Basically, I'll if you guys are there, if you guys have time, please come up and do meet up. Just say hi. It'll be yeah.
Oh man. Can everyone switch on the camera? We'll just take a group photo. That would be lovely. Come on, guys, everyone. This is going to be one of the last sessions that are going to be there.
I cannot check everyone's camera at once. Can we? Is there a layout kind of thing in here? Large gallery. Yeah, now I can see faces. Nice.
Pradyumna, please do take a screenshot of this. Everyone is just requested to come on screen. So yeah.
Okay. Who's just presenting this? Okay.
Is not everyone switching the camera. Come on, guys, let's do it.
I just checked out the together mode. Try checking out the together mode on the on the three dots. It does kind of cool thing. But
Everyone switched on. Come on, we'll just take a couple of snaps. People don't need to leave the meet. On camera. Pradyumna, can you take the photo and just confirm it to me? A lot of people are there.
Yeah. I'm taking.
people, you're supposed to smile when you're taking a photo. Okay. Cool. Are we just
all the postures will come on right now.
tell when to stop smiling? I'm just smiling like a dumb person.
Yeah, done.
Having the school little over the head, but yeah, I'm just like trying to make sure you guys have cool things to look out at, and it's fun. If you guys enjoyed, I would just post you to encourage to build more things with it. And if you have any doubts or something, you can always reach out to my Twitter, ping me. My DMs are always open. Ping me a question, I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Yeah. And yeah, if you guys know any cool places to party at in Bangalore, please hit me up with that as well. I'm looking forward to have a great time there.
Okay, bro.
I'm
Thank
gonna,
you for the
yeah.
Okay.
sessions.
Krishna, any ending words, or yeah, we can I guess end this thing. We can end this session today. You're muted.
Hi. Yeah. So, so I'm happy to have you as my friend. It's been pretty cool that I connected with you over a LinkedIn post that we started out. Uh, Now it's been pretty cool that we are going ahead and looking forward to meet you in East India though. Uh, let's see, we'll meet something cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Harsh. Thank you for being there here. Looking forward to see you on the demo day, either online or offline, so we can showcase the projects that you have inspired for people to build and set their basis for the new era of the internet. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Cool. Fine, folks. So yeah, if you are done with the day, please head out, have your dinners whatsoever, have a cool evening. And yeah, if someone still wants to chat, I'm still hanging out for like a few minutes here.